Participant, I just request you, please mute your audio and video. Please mute your audio and video. Because of the lot of turn on audio and video, it is very difficult for us to continue the program. Except the speakers, please mute your audio and video. We do request you. Now we'll start our program. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Bhaktabandhu Das, the moderator for the 39 webinar on career pathing during pandemic, organized by ASBM University, Bhubaneswar. I welcome you to this August gathering. Dear participant, as we all know, career pathing is the self-evaluation and planning done by a person to have a strong career path. Career pathing process is the continuous reiterative process for understanding oneself, setting career goals, revising skills, and searching for the right career options. It refers to the strategy a person uses to determine career goals and the path to achieve those goals. This process integrates various activities including steps for self-improvement and the process meeting these goals. Having a successful career plan is crucial for every person aspiring to become successful in life. It is a multi-stage approach that needs to be thoroughly planned and executed to avail desired benefits. Considering this as the backdrop, I once again welcome you all to this webinar. As a matter of fact, we are fortunate to have the gracious presence of two eminent speakers in these sessions. They are the masters in their respective fields, and it is a profound moment to listen to them on a topic which has maximum benefit pertaining to the career choice of students during pandemic. Our first speaker for the session is Dr. Amrita Das, who is a leading educationist and career consultant of the country. She established the Institute for Career Studies in 1985 and pioneered career counseling and guidance services in India. A multifaceted personality, she serves on the board for many prestigious public schools and institutes of higher learning and has been an advisor to SIDBI, member steering committee on the Women and Child Development Planning Commission, 9th 5-year plan, ex officio director of the State Bank of India. She was recently appointed member steering committee for the implementation of NEP 2020 UP government, that is National Education Policy. Dr. Das has participated in many international conferences, including major UN conventions like UN Social Summit, UN conferences on women, and has visited universities over the world as a resource person and is a columnist for leading dailies. Acknowledged for her deep knowledge, insights, she recently organized 2 conferences on Education 4.0 and Career 4.0, the first ever events of their kind in the world. Her professional and philanthropic contributions have won her many accolades. Her biography was included in the Who's and Who in the World 2015 32nd edition for exemplary contributions in the field of education and career guidance. Dr. Das has been honored with the TCS Women Achiever for the Year Award. Under the leadership, ICS has established and benefited over 450,000 students in more than 1,000 leading educational institutions across the world. ICS has also been recognized with the Times Group Award for the Excellence in Education. In February 2020, Dr. Das was featured on the cover page of CEO Insights magazine as a trailblazer guiding the nation towards an enlightened destiny. I welcome Dr. Das to this august platform. Now among us, Dr. T. Kalyan Chakrabarty, who is the founder of CAS Hyderabad. Dr. Chakrabarty is a PhD in online teaching and edu-media, MBA in HRM, MA in English, BEd and MPhil in ELT. He is a visiting professor and life skill coach to Sagar Group of Institutions ASBM University, Dr. MCR HRD Institute, in Engineering Staff College of India, and AP Productivity Council. He is a teaching volunteer for Myanmar Teachers, Higher Education Trainers for Teachers, Canada. He has global experience over 25 years in teaching, training, research and publication. He has long-standing association with Ministry of Manpower, Ministry of Education, Middle East, Oman and UAE, International House, Turkey, Ministry of Education, the Maldives and India. He has expertise in technical, cross-cultural and business communication in English, outcome-based curriculum design, life skill, community engagement, rural immersion and basic education. He has presented 80 webinars, online sessions on advanced pedagogy, entrepreneurship, multiple intelligence, creativity, innovation, ESP, community engagement, leadership, team building, lateral thinking, life skill, action research, stress management across India, Oman and Myanmar. He is a direct trainer, skilled certified by Thames Valley University, UK and Government of India. He is also a life skill coach, trained and certified by Peter O'Hanlon, ASBM, Australia. He is trained by British Council in British English, Business English certification exam and assessment. He has guided many research scholars for PhD and MPhil programs in ELT, CALL, soft skill and interdisciplinary areas. He has presented many interactive live talks on All India Radio, TV, YouTube on employability skills enhancement for success, methods of teaching, soft skill for success. He has authored many books and an active member in NHRDN, ISTD and ELTI. Thank you, sir, for being with us today. Now I request Dr. Das to share her experience before the August gathering. Ma'am, please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Das, Dr. Chakravarti, members of the faculty, very august audience. It's a huge honor and privilege and pleasure to be with you on this very, very special occasion where we are going to see how to be future ready, how to develop a brilliant career path during very, very difficult times. And I must congratulate ASBM University for organizing this very timely webinar because your university stands for innovation, business intelligence, leadership in a global setting. So once again, I'm delighted to be with you and welcome you to the session as well. So I'll start by sharing the changing environment. Today, the only constant is change. The only constant is change. So the first requirement is to be able to anticipate the change, to navigate the change and lead the change. And undoubtedly, world-class business management education gives you and gives us all the right knowledge and skills, as well as helps us to shape the right attitude to really develop a career which will be a successful one, which will give us happiness and fulfillment and meaning in life. So, where are we today? At the beginning of the 21st century, the AI-driven globalized world led to quantum changes in technology. And that has impacted every aspect of our lives, including our careers. It has been predicted that between 1900 and 2000 AD, we witness the same quantum of changes as the world will witness in 10 years between 2012 and 2024. So look at the kind of change. Another interesting prediction by the World Economic Forum that in the next 10 years, 85% of the specializations that will exist then are unknown today. So we are actually moving into a world which is unknown, And we have to be able to predict the next steps in a very, very informed way. It's pretty much like a treasure hunt. Within this treasure hunt, we have to look for the clues. And these clues lie within us, which is our aptitudes, our interest, our passion, our aspirations, and they lie outside in the outer environment in terms of all the changes that are happening. So we've got to align our inner universe with the outer universe to have a perfect match. So what we find today are a lot of technology disruptions. And we've got to realize that these technology disruptions require us to be innovative. So when it comes to innovation, what Steve Jobs said was that innovation distinguishes between a leader and a manager. And management education trains us to be that leader, but also how to manage the various challenges that come our way while being that leader. So the COVID-19 pandemic has further accelerated the change and brought about absolutely unpredictable developments. What are some of these? It has led to a sharp learning curve. Very quickly, all of us learned how to navigate in a technological environment from home. We started working from home, studying from home. So it made us tech savvy. It gave us greater resilience, agility, a growth mindset. It made us more aware about our own health and well being. So, self care, financial prudence, because our parents or we had lost jobs or we didn't receive salaries. So, we learned how to be very, very careful with finances. It taught us empathy, it gave us a philanthropic attitude, and it helped us to change our lifestyles to make them more sustainable. And we became very much more conscious about the environment. So, this is what the COVID pandemic did in such a short span of time. It completely changed the way we think, the way we live, the way we interact. So, I say that there's been a move from the survival of the fittest to the thrival of the fittest and the quickest. So agility is important. You've got to shift tracks very, very fast. So for management today, it's serial entrepreneurship. That is something that we have to learn. How to change tracks and move into something new. Example, many people in the hospitality sector lost their jobs. Those who had the advantage of management education could shift tracks, become serial entrepreneurs, and guess what? They started marketing equipment related to the requirements of COVID. So that is how quickly you have to change from something where you were, your comfort zone, to something which is not your comfort zone. It's like how to function if you are like a fish out of water. You've got to survive and you've got to enjoy the process. So it's the thrival of the fittest and the quickest. I will now like to share with you a very time tested approach to career planning. We've done it for 35 years at ICS, and I can assure you it'll help you to make informed decisions at every stage of your career journey. And this is a very simple equation. Know yourself, inform yourself, and plan for yourself. Let's come to know yourself. I am are the two most powerful words because what comes after that defines you. So the question we have to ask is, who am I? Where am I? Where do I wish to be? How do I get there? So when Alexander of Macedonia was a young boy, He had this big dream to conquer the world. He went to his guru, who was none other than the philosopher Aristotle, and he said, "Sir, give me one tip that will help me to realize my goal, my dream, my vision to conquer the world." And Aristotle looked into young Alexander's eyes and said, "Son, know thyself, know yourself, know your strengths, make the most of them. Know your weaknesses, recognize them, eliminate them, know the opportunities, make the most of those opportunities. Today we have amazing global opportunities. Where are they? How do we get there? And also know the threats or the stumbling blocks." So one of the threats you may feel is management education is very expensive. I can't afford it. Well, universities like Asian School of Business Management University have 500 scholarships. They have allocated up to 1 crore for this. So look for scholarships, look for internships so that you can earn and learn. So earn while you learn. So all the threats can be taken care of. The stumbling blocks can be taken care of if you are aware of it. So know yourself and accordingly build your employability skills, your knowledge, your attitude, your aptitude to embrace the future successfully. So there's a beautiful theory of Ikigai, how to live a fulfilled and happy and successful life. It's a Japanese term. So, what Ikigai says is bring together what you're great at, what your aptitudes are, along with what you love, your interests, and then look for which particular career specialization will come at this intersection so that you have a great job of recognition, remuneration, you're fulfilled, satisfied, and you are being able to make a huge contribution to society. Management education gives you a lot of opportunities to specialize in an area of your choice. And today there's so many of these specialized areas and there's so many fields that you can go into through the route of management, from art to music to education to finance to gaming to sports, you name it. Management education can position you for a very successful and rewarding career. So match that management education with your specific field or arena that you want to operate in. So the next is inform yourself. How do I go about it? Information is power. The right information at the right time will get you to that right opportunity of looking for the ideal match when it comes to internships, when it comes to projects, when it comes to choosing your specialization, and when it comes to a career. Inform yourself and then plan for yourself. Now, planning today is pretty much like a global positioning system. As I told you, things are changing very, very fast. So just like when you visit a city, maybe 2 years after you were there last, you find that there are new roads, flyovers, metro, and there's so many more places that you can visit. There's so many stopovers. The career scene is similar. There's a lot of more courses for you, a lot of more careers, lots more pathways. So it's very, very important for you as you plan to think of planning like a global positioning system that fine tunes the choices to your unique frequency to bring out the best in you. Now, this is not rocket science, and I'll share something very exciting with you that the Institute for Career Studies last year on 15th of August launched a world-class global app called Ics Career GPS. The ICS Career GPS is available on the Play Store and on the Apple Store, and this will help you very quickly to know what your strengths are, to know what specializations would be best for you and your personality. It gives you so much information about the specializations, post-COVID specializations, pathways, and at the end of it, we are there to guide you. So do download the ICS Career GPS to be able to know, inform, and plan better. Now, very quickly, let me tell you how a management education gives you cutting edge preparation for the future. And it's definitely a great investment for you, for those of you who want to come into this field or who want to have this as an important building block of your career portfolio. For instance, you can be somebody who's great at managing, consulting, entrepreneurship, but also very good at singing or writing or acting. So you need to see how to bring this all together. So management education gives you cutting edge tools for a global career in a global economy. It's equal to none. More than specialized knowledge, it gives you the ability to navigate through numerous challenges to achieve your goal. It hones your leadership skills. It teaches you corporate etiquette. It prepares you how to go in for startups and mergers, entrepreneurship, how to collaborate effectively, the importance of a team spirit. There's a beautiful word in South Africa. It's called Ubuntu. And Mahatma Gandhi loved this word, Ubuntu. Ubuntu is I am because we are. And that's the essence of team, where together each one achieves more. And I think management education really prepares everyone in leadership, in team spirit, and also how to excel as an individual by leveraging your unique personality, your unique aura, and bringing out the very best in you. Today, management education also helps you to understand technology better, information systems, digital marketing. It teaches you about design thinking, which is something so new. Design thinking is about empathizing with people and their problems. So all this is a part of management education, which goes far beyond just bookish knowledge. It prepares you by developing your intellect, your personality, and the most important managerial and leadership skills. So now let's move on to the important employability skills that develop alongside. This has changed as well. An important employability skill, which has always been there, is intelligence quotient. It has always been there, but there are many more. So intelligence quotient is about developing your cognitive intelligence and flexibility, being a thought leader, being able to apply that knowledge in meaningful ways, being curious, critical thinking, ideation, problem solving, data literacy. All this is about your intelligence quotient. Then creative quotient, being original, being imaginative. So there's a term called imagineering, ideating. This is all about creative quotient. And within this, we have this whole new realm of design thinking. Tech quotient is about the effective use of technology, monitoring and control of technology, and this now has become essential for everybody. Microsoft, and we are looking at Microsoft Teams in a study called The Future Computed, has clearly stated that every student of management, of social sciences, liberal arts will have to know some technology. And everyone in the field of technology will have to know some management and liberal arts and social science. So it's about connecting the dots in meaningful ways. Then two very important employability skills today, particularly post-COVID, are emotional and social quotient with spiritual quotient. So emotional and social quotient is about a combination of being self-smart, that is intrapersonal skills, and people smart, interpersonal skills. So self-smart and people smart, showing compassion, kindness, empathy. These are very, very important. And in the famous Harvard study of happiness, it was pointed out, and this is the longest study, that what makes a person happy, healthy, and successful is not money, it's not your degrees, it's how well you lived your life, which is possible in a caring, nurturing, and loving environment. So, developing excellent relationships with your family, your friends, your colleagues is of essence, and it's at the core of social and emotional intelligence. Spiritual quotient has come center stage, particularly during this very catastrophic and nightmarish COVID period. And we have to be centered, and we have to be able to cope by connecting more deeply with ourselves. And for this, mindfulness, meditation, yoga is very, very important. A spiritual quotient also helps us to understand our moral compass, to understand the importance of integrity, which the world really values today. So, as Jack Ma, that famous Chinese entrepreneur and billionaire, has said, your attitude is more important than your capabilities. So this then completes the ask factor: attitude, skills, and knowledge, ASK, but attitude precedes it all. And spiritual, emotional, and social quotient helps us to develop the right attitude towards life, towards people, towards our work, and it gives us a great sense of accomplishment, of fulfillment when we bring this together. So, as I conclude, I would suggest that we look at all these factors, and we definitely keep in mind the importance of high touch before high tech, that personal touch, that human touch, and co-create a world of great possibilities. As Alvin Toffler said, a moral responsibility is to shape the future. So students, if you can dream it, you can do it. And it is campuses like ASBM University that give you that nurturing environment, that launch pad for a brilliant future. So I'll conclude with my favorite quote, which is from the Upanishads. You are what your deep driving desire is. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so are your deeds. As your deeds are, so is your destiny. I wish you all a fabulous destiny as you develop your career path for a happy, successful, fulfilling future. And remember that it is very important to fine tune the choices to your unique frequency, to develop your brand, to leave your footprints in the sands of time by making a difference. So, lastly, I'm reminded of what former President Abdul Kalam told me after I had a very interesting discussion with him. He was fascinated about the work I do of reaching out to students, and he said, give them a message from me. Tell them that they are definitely moving towards great degrees, great career, great success. However, tell them that they will only arrive in life when they are in a position to say, what can I do for you? And that is the ultimate, the philanthropic nature, which will give you all that you require. Thank you all and all the best. Open to questions and answers.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you have the question and answer session at the end?
Yeah, sure. Let's have it at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now I would like to request Dr. Chakravarti to share his deliberation. Sir, please. Hello, Dr. Chakravarti, sir. Hello.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, sir, we can listen you. We can listen you. Please, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Amrita, ma'am. It was a wonderful session. And I'm getting jittery after listening to you. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. Yeah. Welcome to this August session organized by Team ASBM University. And it's a great pleasure, and it's a kind of nostalgia for me because as a senior faculty member who was working over there and being associated with ASBM University for the past 13, 14 years, it's my proud pleasure to address the gathering along with my co-speaker and President Sir, Vice Chancellor Sir, Pro VC ma'am, Registrar and all the Deans, HODs and Honorable Faculty members, and most of the students and parents who are right now attending this seminar. Nearly 100 participants are there. So I have made some slides for the sake of visual clarity along with this audio suspension. So if you allow me to share, Professor Bhakta sir, can I share the screen, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can.
Is it visible, sir?
Sir, it's not visible.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
I'll
visible
share it
now.
again.
It's visible now.
Yeah, maybe some signaling problem. I don't know.
No, no, it's
Let me
visible
check.
now, sir.
It's okay, sir. Please carry
It's
on.
okay.
Yeah, 1 second. I think the. Now, is it okay? Visible? Bhakta sir?
Okay, sir. Visible.
We can
Yes.
see it, thank you, but we need to have a larger image. We've got the
Yes.
side
Yes.
images.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, sure.
Thank you.
You maximize it, sir.
Yes. Yeah. So, as the main theme of the conference today goes, career pathing during pandemic. Actually, many people are worried as to what is going to happen in future. Let's start from there because this is being called as pandemic, but I see it as an endemic now because slowly it is coming to an end. So I comfortably would like to call it an endemic. Now, the gist of my talk today, demand for future, post-pandemic corporate expectations, sectorial focus, as our chairman sir always keeps talking about it, sectorial focus, the changes and individual alignment. Because the sectors function because of the individuals. Factories, organizations, any system functions because of the individuals. So at business schools or universities, once we take care of the individuals and their alignment with the whatever happening things, I think rest of the things will be taken care of automatically. That's where mindset versus skill set comes into picture. Okay, lockdown may be a limitation for some, but it's an unlimited opportunity for creative usage of time and energy for many people. Some people have been using their creativity and it resulted in some innovation, and so many new products started coming into the market. Earlier, before the lockdown, people were worried how to commute, how to do this, how to do that, what happens to the classes, what happens to this, that. But the situation gave us some alternative. So somebody used his or her creativity, innovated something, and things are moving on without moving from the place where we are sitting or standing right now also. We are able to do. Okay. Now, post-COVID-19 situation gave rise to changes in thinking patterns. Madam was also talking about emotional intelligence and other stuff. So thinking patterns have stuff like that changed. Emotional and behavioral traits also change a lot. Maybe it is youth or faculty or parents, or irrespective of the age group, the behavioral and emotional traits started changing. Transformation of many kinds of business operations, value for money, etc. Unexpected economic shift, labor migration, and frustration. All these things also happened. It created multitasking and enough leadership challenges as well. So with that background, let's move on. Now, there are thoughts in every mind. What's happening? How do we adjust in the present and proceed further? What's the future? Jobs or entrepreneurship? These are the things lurking around. Now there are at the same time hopes also. Anti-corona vaccination relief. It started already. Google and Facebook investments in India.
Change is required, please.
Hello, pardon me.
Slide change. Hello, we need to see the next slide, please.
Yeah, sir, please change the slide.
I did. I don't know whether it's happening there. But I changed here. People are waiting in the lobby, Bhakta sir. Please keep allowing them. Some messages are coming. My side slides are changing, sir, but I don't know why it is not changing there. Because I logged into both my mobile and laptop. On laptop it is changing.
आपन देखो कि chat option टा आपन को मोर आईडी रे पोस्ट दे आपन करो आपन लिखि चैटिंग रे किछ लिखुना अंते हाय हेलो किछ गोटे देखिया कोन देखा जाउछ बहुत सब कुछ कोन देखा जाउछ किछ
Okay. Sir, shall I continue, please? Hello. Shall I continue? Hello.
Dr. TKC, please. Dr. TKC, please continue. Please continue.
Please continue,
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, the slides are visible
Please
now.
continue.
Is it changing?
No.
Yeah.
It's okay, sir. You can continue.
Yeah.
Slides
Okay.
not changing.
Forget the slide for the time being. TKC, forget
Sure,
the
sir.
slide for the time
Sure,
being.
sir.
Please continue.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was talking about the hopes, anti-corona vaccination relief, and Google and Facebook investments in India have come now. So it's a very good change. Then Reliance tie-up with IT giants, new national education policy 2020. So looking at all these things, though there is corona at the backdrop, things are moving, and I see a bright future for this generation. Okay. Now advertising also has started changing, marketing started changing, and many textile industries and apparel business owners started advertising that if you buy our shirts, it kills 99% of the COVID virus, things like that. Advertisements started coming. I have seen Zodiac advertisement also, which started claiming that. Then Sierran's anti-corona fabric, 99%, 94%, something like that they were claiming. Okay, that is a change going on. Then we know something about sustainable development goals. 17 sustainable development goals are suggested by UNO, and quality education stands at goal number 4, which is very much relevant to our theme also today. Offering quality education and getting the quality education gives rise to quality work environment, quality industries, quality institutions, and so on. And added to that, if you are able to produce skilled manpower, that will be an added advantage. Now, the sustainability cycle should link human intelligence, artificial intelligence, skill development, industry academia tie-ups, empowerment of human capital, employment opportunities, economic growth, and so on. I wonder whether any higher educational institution is thinking of blending all these things. And when I look at institutions like ASBM, which is a university now, full-fledged university in a serene green, lush green campus, these things are happening. One side, there is human intelligence development, and we are also using artificial intelligence. There is skill development going on. Industry, academia tie-ups are there. Empowerment of human capital is happening because there is a great HR expert sitting above everybody who knows in and out of human development. Employment opportunities are generated, and we are contributing to the economic growth also. So this cycle is achieved, which is a sustainability cycle in line with the not only national goals, development goals, but also global sustainability goals suggested by UNO. That is happening at ASBM University. And today morning, I was listening to Honorable Minister Dr. Mahendranath Pandey, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. He was talking about the same issue, whether institutions are looking at all these things. He talked about the situation which was there before 2014 and what is happening now. There is a drastic change in India. And as per the changes, if business schools and universities are setting up their curricula, their syllabi, and training activities, research and development activities, publications, I think the agenda is achieved. And the minister, Honorable Minister, suggested today in ASOCHAM webinar I was attending in the afternoon, he opined that after SSC, every student in India should be able to enter his choice of specialization. That's a big expectation, but let's see. Atal Tinkering Labs, they are being established across India in many institutions. And these things are aiming at empowering the youth right from the schooling. And they are inculcating creativity and various other skills. Maninder Nair, he is the ASOCHAM member, secretary, I believe. He said that PM wants to make India, Honorable Prime Minister of India, wants to make India a global center through Skill India, Make in India, and Atmanirbhar Bharat. I think some of these agendas are already integrated into the syllabi and curriculum of institutions like our ASBM University, Bhubaneswar, Odisha, under the able guidance and mentorship of Professor Biswajeet Pattanayak. I am glad to tell the audience today that he's a renowned IIM, former IIM professor who has seen the management development, management education from many years now, 2 to 3 decades, I believe. And all this experience is reflected in designing the right curriculum and identifying the right industries and aligning the curriculum syllabi with the emerging markets, and many things are happening. And the students should be lucky to join such institutions actually. Now, if you look at the sectorial focus, there is again integration of this sectorial analysis, sectorial focus, and students are exposed to the challenges of various sectors like education, health and pharma, food and beverages, media and entertainment, agriculture, banking, insurance, financial services, textiles and apparels, automobiles, oil and gas. Now, Is there a study on how many Indian and foreign companies are existing presently in each sector? And if we are talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, how many MBAs are required? How many engineers are required? How many scientists are required to achieve this Atmanirbhar Bharat? I think business schools and universities like ASBM are contributing to this cause also, because we need thousands of lakhs of MBAs in future who will become marketing managers, HR managers, operations managers, CEOs, and maybe the policy makers in future. We never know, but it starts here in a great institution which is rightly called as Gurukul of the East. I mean ASBM Bhubaneswar. Let's calculate how many MBAs and skilled professionals are required in future. Now, I was looking at Forbes columns. A co-founder, CEO of Reinventing Business Education, Paulina Karpis, she's a Forbes woman. She says, the constant industry disruptions, I quote, the constant industry disruption we have faced over our lifetime, now accelerated by COVID-19, means millennials must continually learn about the latest trends, broaden their networks, and keep up with the ever-changing skills required for success. Increasingly, they are not asking, should I get an MBA? She says, today's generation is not asking, should I get an MBA? They are asking, how do I get the skills and insights I need for work now? That is the question. I repeat, nobody is worried about should I get an MBA, engineering, or what? Some professional degree, that is different. But people are worried about how do I get the skills and insights I need for work now? So that is what is happening now here in our education system. I mean, with special reference to ASBM University. Now, 10 top growing industries by Linda, suggested by Linda on Forbes again. She says, first, on the top of this growing industries list, number 1 is consulting, number 2, financial services, 3, technology, 4, retail industry, 5, real estate, 6, healthcare, including production services, which is happening now, right now, 7, media and entertainment, 8 is energy, 9, consumer packaged goods, 10, manufacturing. There are so many other industries also. It is just a list. So lakhs of thousands of lakhs of MBAs, engineers, and many professionals are required for future. Whether pandemic is there or not there, industries should be functioning. So who will run the industry? Again, MBAs, right? Or engineers. Now, if you look at the explorers like Vasco da Gama, 1498, who reached Calicut and Goa also, it is not that difficult. Those explorers went in search of knowledge, wealth, and everything, traveling thousands of kilometers to the sea by land route and sea routes, then discovered India, where there was knowledge, wealth also. Now also it is there. But today's generation need not take a great voyage or what do you call adventurous expedition like Vasco da Gama or Marco Polo. They just need the right mindset, initiative, courage, goal setting, timing, determination, sincerity, hard work, and smart work. Execution, then success, but after success, again continuation. These are the things today's youth must have. There is a typical mindset. If somebody asks, what is your opinion on the shortage of food in the rest of the world? Suppose in UNO, there is a meeting going on and somebody is asking, what is your opinion on the shortage of food in the rest of the world? Then somebody from African countries, which are starving, they say, what is food? Then European Union member may say, what is shortage? Americans may say, what is the rest of the world? Then Arabs may say, what is opinion? But the question remains, what is your opinion on the shortage of food in the rest of the world? Opinions are different, right? Okay, now risk-taking, diversification, and entrepreneurial skills. Look at Jeff Bezos, the founder, chairman, and CEO of Amazon. Where did he start his business? In a car garage, in a shed. and how he ventured, diversified into books to electronics to Kindle Direct Publishing now. Why did he think of e-commerce? Is it creativity, critical thinking, lateral thinking, or what? All these things, if they are already offered in a curriculum, in a B school, in a university, imagine what kind of generation will be produced, which will be serving the nation. That's what that incubation process is happening at ASBM right now. That is a benefit students are going to get here. Now, individual alignment I was talking about. Mindset versus skill set. I'm asking the students and parents also, those who are attending now, what's your mindset? It is more for the students who are aspiring to join very good institutions like ASBM University, but it is indirect question to parents also, because children are what parents are or what teachers are. I agree as a teacher also. Okay, what's your mindset? How do you take things positive or negative? Usually, what's your usual preference? Flight or fight? How do you deal with rejection or failure? How do you choose your friends, your goals, your career? These are the things you have to question yourself always before going anywhere, whether it is choosing the right career, choosing a right university, choosing a right course, or your goal, or whatever it is. I hope I'm being heard. Bhakta sir, is the audio okay? Hello?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
yes, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm sorry, slides are visible or not, I don't know, but I'm
It's
just
okay, sir. It
on that.
doesn't matter.
Forget the
Right.
slides. You are doing fine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Please go
VC,
ahead.
sir. Thank you, sir. So, the youth, the present youth must think always about this, the mindset, wherever you are, irrespective of your background, schooling, college, or geographical area and parental background. Now, the question is, how do you take things, positive or negative? In this pandemic situation, how many are positive? I don't know. There is a negative wave everywhere. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Nothing is happening actually. Somebody is okay, certain things are happening, but why do we worry much? Not required. I mean, okay, things will move on. It is to say, things will move on. Plague came once upon a time, it moved on. Then earthquakes came, it moved on. And there was a big, what do you call, hurricane. I'm told when I was in Bhubaneswar, so many things changed in Orissa. They were saying after that a big hurricane or something happened long back. But still, it is going on. And whenever I used to go from college to home, when I was there through the forest, some people said, "Sir, there are jackals in the forest. There are elephants in the forest." I have seen from a distance, but nothing happened. My journey continued. So, what I am suggesting to youth who are trying to enter into this management education or higher education, think of this positive, negative mindset. What's your usual preference? Flight mode or fight mode? It means fighting with your career, fighting with your thoughts, fighting with your negative energies, things like that. Fight or flight. How do you deal with rejection or failure? Very few in this present youth have that power of dealing with rejections and failures. How do you choose your friends, career, and goals? These things must be thought of. Okay. Kalam, I quote Kalam here. Life is the most difficult exam. I quote Kalam, sir. Life is the most difficult exam. Many people fail because they try to copy others, not realizing that everyone has a different question paper. What a wonderful thought Dr. Kalam gave us. Many people fail because they try to copy others. Because somebody is an engineer, I should become engineer. Somebody is an MBA, I should become engineer. Not realizing that everyone has a different question paper in life. Life gives a big test. So are you going to become a manager or damager? I used to tell even my first batch students in 2006 also, I used to say in the class itself, are you going to become damagers or managers? Till now they remember that. Most of them might have become AGMs, general managers, CEOs, or entrepreneurs. I don't know. Some are in touch still. So it's a different question paper for everybody. Now, within my small little experience, I had great opportunities of visiting the Middle East, Maldives, Turkey, entire Europe, UK, and so many other places, Azerbaijan. I have been observing the education system, what is happening over there, and what is the difference between India and abroad. Indians are very good at studying things. They can memorize things and they can gain a lot of knowledge. Everything is there. But when it comes to practical things, we tend to do differently. That's where management education comes into picture. How to be practical in life, how to manage life. And I have seen in Turkey, many Europeans and different country people used to come. They have their own lacunae and they have their own advantages. And recently, until recently, before Myanmar went into military coup, I was dealing with teachers and students of Myanmar, Burma, the former Burma. And even lecturers, students, professors used to come online in search of knowledge and they used to interact with us. Sir, ours is a poor country. There are no experts here and we don't have money to spend and we don't have anything here. Just we need knowledge. If you can give us weekly 4 or 5 hours, sir, free of cost. I used to do that voluntary service through higher education training for teachers, HETT Canada. The founder is Lisa Vance. You can browse the net. I used to help her, and across the globe, some volunteers were there. All were trying to help Myanmar teachers. But now, unfortunately, it is under military coup. Internet, telephone, everything is closed. Imagine one day, the youth I am particularly saying, who are already online now, aspiring to be young managers or engineers tomorrow. Just imagine one day without a mobile phone or electricity or internet. Can we survive? But these people are surviving and we are feeling pity for them. And why I'm quoting this? The interest that they show, 2 hours, 3 hours online, 4 hours online, rapt attention without moving from the camera, without moving away from the computer. They were doing all the work and submitting the assignments because they have that thirst, that urge for knowledge. That is missing in present youth generation, which is being implemented at ASBM. All these experiences I am sharing with you because you are going to enter a great institution. Now, think of these questions. To cut the long story short, why ASBM University? Things to think over. Very important questions are coming up. I hope people pay attention and note down or take a screenshot if it is visible. Bhakta sir, is it audible? I am putting some questions to all the audience now. Bhakta sir?
Sir, boliye sir. Tell me, sir.
Yes, I'm asking some questions. That's why I'm checking the audio. Okay. Yes. Now, I request all the participants to think over. Why ASBM University? Things to think over. Question number 1. How many institutions or B schools in India think of the overall development of an individual? Question number 2. How many institutions or B schools in India provide a lush green eco-friendly campus? Question number 3. How many institutions or B schools in India have good libraries? Question number 4. How many institutions or B schools in India emphasize sectorial focus? Question number 5. How many institutions or B schools in India have bright academicians or IIM professors as their founders or administrators, like ASBM has? How many institutions in India have a finishing school emphasizing skill development and employability? There is a special module offered at ASBM University, Bhubaneswar. It is integrated into the curriculum and there is a special emphasis every week, every month, every year, internally, externally, experts will be called and that finishing school module is offered to students. How many B schools are doing that? I don't know whether IIMs or IITs are doing that, but it has been happening for the last 14, 15 years at ASBM. How many institutions, B schools in India implemented case study method of teaching? It is there. How many institutions in India tie up with foreign universities? Like semester abroad program is there offered at ASBM University with Malaysia, with Singapore, with US, and so many countries. Types are there. Nottingham University, Malaysia. They have tied up with ASBM University, Bhubaneswar, and there is a semester abroad program. Special modules are offered. Foreign teachers will be teaching and students will be going there and they'll be visiting here, faculty exchange. So many things are happening. So it's a vibrant institution. That's what I'm trying to say. How many institutions got international accreditations like ACBSP, QS International, and so many other accreditations? ASBM has. How many institutions arrange and send their students for summer internship? We do. How many institutions organize guest lecture series for students' benefit? It is happening at ASBM. How many institutions arrange industry visits, field visits, and projects? If all these things are happening at any institutions across India, just let me know, because we would like to know. These questions I have asked in so many fora and so many seminars also. The intention behind these questions is not every institution is able to do all these things which are aimed at student development, because the future is yours. If you need the above, then look at ASBM University, which is rightly called Gurukul of the East. Okay, let's proceed. Now, expected graduate profile. In the industries nowadays, there is a package expected. A person who is coming out of institutions should have adaptability, resilience, collaboration, communication, civic and cultural awareness, creativity and innovation, critical thinking, problem solving, and so many other stuff. I don't know whether these things are happening elsewhere in India or any other business school for that matter, but this is the expected profile. Then by 2020, anyway, we lost 2020 to pandemic, but still complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, people management, coordinating with others, emotional intelligence, judgment and decision making, service orientation, negotiation, cognitive flexibility. This is the package expected, and which is rightly embedded into finishing school module, which is readily being offered for the benefit of the students. And I request parents kindly go through this module if it is possible with the permission of the ASBM authorities or the head finishing school. They'll explain to you what is the benefit, because B schools institutions can give you a degree, but who will give you the skill set? I'm asking the parents who are sitting online now. If that is required, I mean, creating a finished product, like fully finished, well-rounded personality. Very few B schools or universities focus on that. Maybe because of the constraint of funds or constraint of time or whatever, they're unable to do. But at ASBM, it is being done. Then I have a long data for this India skill report. I'm skipping that because if you look at India skill report 2019, you will understand that things are very much different. Okay, things are very much different. Lot of things studied here, but I am skipping that. Listening skills, for example, attentive listening, reflective listening, these skills are not there in the present youth. We have been seeing that, but that will be inculcated. Then 2022 World Economic Forum list also you have to look at, parents and students, because the growing skill set is analytical thinking, innovation, active learning, creativity, originality and initiatives, critical thinking and analysis, complex problem solving, leadership and social influence, emotional intelligence, reasoning, problem solving and ideation, systems analysis and evaluation. If these skills are very much required, where are these skills offered? I think the parents and students should be worried about looking for such institutions. Then you know the human brain, left brain and right brain. Right takes care of creativity, imagination and holistic thinking. Left brain takes care of logical thinking, analytical thinking, sequencing. And the right blend should happen at the educational institutions. I mean, both the right and left brain should be improved. Where is it happening? Just look at it. Where do we hit the learner? What we do at ASBM University? Just check at this institution. First and foremost is calm and serene atmosphere, which is offered. I have put up a lot of slides, but it is not appearing. I will send it to organizers later on. Okay. Calm and serene atmosphere is very much important for higher education. That is there. Right ambience for learning. That is there. Modern amenities are there. Hostel is there. And amenities are there. Away from the noise and pollution of a city, that is the biggest asset. Recently, I heard that so many people are leaving Delhi because of the high pollution and everything, and they are ready to sacrifice anything. They are ready to leave their home, their people, their friends, everybody in such cities, and they are moving towards some greener pastures where there is less noise, less pollution, and things like that. But this is already offered at ASBM campus. That is a big asset and a big thing for students. And once the student is spending some 2 years or 3 years, because up to PhD program, it is offered at ASBM University. So keep it 2 years or 5 years, that is up to you. MBA to, or if anybody is joining in graduation, maybe 7-8 years also you can spend at an institution like ASBM, and somebody may prepare for civil, somebody may write a book or poem or become artist, we don't know, or CEO. But this campus is giving that ambience. Qualified faculty are there, caring administration is there to support your well-being, library, hostel, clinic, mess, and emergency vehicle services. Everything is there. And there is a very good approach road, and lush greenery is maintained in the campus. So fresh oxygen, we no need to wait for any oxygen cylinder or running around, because oxygen is very much less nowadays, but it is there freely available at ASBM campus. Then Professor Dr. Biswajeet Pattanayak, sir, former distinguished professor, IIM Indore, Lucknow. He is the founder and president of this great campus. And imagine, when students and faculty are working directly under an IIM experienced professor, what will happen? Not only students, the faculty will be on the toes, and the direction of the institution is different, the vision, mission is different. Naturally, the curriculum is different, on par with IIMs and IITs. So many benefits are there. So I'm lucky to work under Professor Pattanayak sir, and in the able guidance of Professor Kalyan Shankar Ray sir and Palgu ma'am, and so many other senior colleagues and administrators. These people are taking care of this great institution. They are the pillars, and we are just supporting whatever little way we can do. And every student and parent will be happy by visiting this campus, I believe. So recently we have done finishing school activity, because every year it happens, 3 days, 5 days like that. Apart from this, regular lecture series are there, everything is there. But in this, we specially focus on current corporate analysis. There is an activity called current corporate analysis, part of finishing school module, or workshops, corporate readiness, preparing for management education. So many modules are there, and life skills, all these things. Then current corporate analysis gives a very good cutting edge ideology. It improves a lot of skill set for the MBA students, because raw MBAs are not preferred in the industry. They should have some experience and analytical skills. So we prepare them. Then we tried out an experiment recently called Apna Dukan. Chairman sir also vouched for it, because Apna Dukan is a wonderful idea which we tried out recently. I think in India, first time I tried out at ASBM only. So students come up with various ideas, studying the existing industries and coming out with their own ideology, and they try to give some new ideas. And they are divided into groups, and each group will study one particular sector or two particular sectors, and the services offered, product generated, all that extensive study they do and present to the crowd there. And there is a rapid round firing of questions. And that's how they are sharpened. The students are sharpened and their skills are improved a lot. ASBM University, Bhubaneswar, Odisha, March 2021, we have done this this program. So that result was wonderful. So it is activity-based experiential learning program. 5 days we have done in the month of March because there was some okay kind of situation at that time, traveling and all. But we maintained social distancing and we did wonderful activity. A lot of pictures are there, but later on you can find them on the website or our Phoenix magazine also there. You can see all these activities over there for parents and students, I'm telling. Then there is one special thing here. ASBM University School of Business offers MBA with dual and single specialization, HR, marketing, finance, operations, logistics and supply chain, business analytics also. Then there is another special degree called MBA Rural Management in collaboration with MGNCRE, Government of India. Actually, I was a consultant for MHRD, the former MHRD, now Minister of Education. I was a resource person for MGNCRE also. And I have visited so many universities across India, conducted meetings with vice chancellors, deans, HODs, and we had curriculum development workshops also. And we talked about Unnat Bharat Abhiyan and basic education. And we requested the Honorable Vice Chancellors and HODs to start this rural immersion and community engagement programs, which is happening across India. I'm glad that I was associated with these people last year, and due to pandemic, all these things changed. Then MBA semester abroad with University of Nottingham, Malaysia. I have already said that it is appearing on the brochure also. That is another excellent opportunity for students, those who are coming into this university. Parents, please take a special notice of it. MBA semester abroad with University of Nottingham, Malaysia. Because some people go to Harvard, some people go to Kellogg's, Stanford, and so many other universities. But right from Bhubaneswar, ASBM University, if your student, your child or daughter, anybody is going to Nottingham University, Malaysia, as part of this semester abroad program, that will give a cutting edge to students, I think. So there is a scholarship also, entrance and scholarship test on 5th June is also there. Candidates without valid CAT, ZAT, MAT score can take online ASBM University entrance test on 5th June 2021 also. You can have a look at the website, and a lot of scholarships are there. Nearly 1 crore worth scholarships are offered to desirable, selected students. 500 scholarships up to rupees 1 crore. It is offered by ASBM University for this batch also. ASBM University online scholarship test. Look for the date. Maybe some dates are being changed here and there. I see on the brochure as 5th June now. Then specializations I have talked about. Then you have global accreditation for this institution, excellent placement, world-class classrooms, curriculum, state-of-the-art infrastructure, stellar ratings, finishing school for employability. These are the highlights for this university. Frequent training exposure at ASBM University is a highlight. The new graduation degrees are also there. Certified public accountant, management trainee, market research analyst, so many other stuff, and big firm honors BBA is also there. If you really want to upgrade yourself to suit the new normal, learn the right business skills and innovative techniques for problem solving, huge opportunities in booming sectors are going to come. Potential job security will be there, hike in digitalization, wide scope to work on global platforms. So with all this stuff which I have been talking about, I welcome all of you, and it would be a great choice if anybody's in this crowd thinking of joining the institutions. That's a great decision. So I request the parents and students, if you have any doubts, you can straight away post to me through the organizers. That's all to cover. So welcome to this Eastern University and what do you call it? Gurukul of the East, rightly said. I have been listening to people across India, and not only as a former faculty, but as a visiting faculty or as an academician and trainer who has seen little bit of world and across India. I can assure you that it will be a great choice. That's all from my side. Thank you, President Sir, VC Sir, Pro VC Ma'am, and the organizers for this wonderful interactive opportunity. And I welcome if anybody has any specific question. I am ready to answer. Over
Thank
to
you.
you, Bhakta sir.
Thank you so much, sir. It's now open to
Welcome.
the audience to ask some questions. If there is any questions, please unmute yourself and ask the question. Audience, please unmute yourself and ask the questions if there is any questions to be asked.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, can you just tell me if there is some mantra or some uh, key so that we can be, because we can stay focused during pandemic? Because you can see, sir, around the world, it's very means the newses are very conditions are getting worse and worse. So, sir, any mantra to stay focused and directed
Okay.
towards the goal?
Yeah. Can you introduce yourself? From where are you talking? Your name,
Sir,
please.
my name is Ankit Prashad. I am a student of ASBM University, MBA first year, sir.
Wonderful. Good, Ankit. So, what are you seeing in the market now? What is bothering actually?
Sir, there is chaos, sir. You can see, sir. Every day we get news. I am into means into social media also, sir. It's seen that at various places several people are losing their lives because of this pandemic, and people are diverted, sir. There are places where there is no vaccine available, and
Hmm.
there is chaosness everywhere, sir. So in
Hmm.
this situation, how can we stay calm and be focused, sir?
Okay, okay. That's a good question, but not to worry because see, certain places the things are out of control and certain places it is controlled. But the media is focusing more on negative things. People are dying, oxygen is not available, how many died, how many are burnt, things like that. So what I did is for the last 1 month, I don't even look at WhatsApp unless it is very important. I don't even look at the news and I keep praying and do some little bit of meditation and try to improve my immune power. And I started writing something, reading something because I'm not like today's MBA students. Now, whatever assignment is given, they keep the professors waiting for 1 week, 10 days, 15 days. I have been giving reminders. Then finishing school head also gives reminders. Placement officer give reminders. People try to sleep in the hostels and they don't want to move at finger touch everything should happen. So that's what I said, na. Mindset versus skill set. I have been saying even in March also I was talking about there was not much time, only 4 5 days, but in many occasions I say this. So we have to try to be positive. I mean, we can only try because nothing happens when you be negative, right? It will create negative energy and through you it will go to many people and negative vibes will be created. So stay calm and focus on the future. Future is going to be bright. And whatever assignments like Apna Dukan assignment is given, current corporate analysis. I don't know how many first year, second years are online. That assignment is given. But what is the response? And why that assignment is given? I already spoke now. Because that is going to give every MBA student cutting edge knowledge about the industry. Some have done, some have not done. I am sure about it. Still, it is weighted. Why? Because once you study one complete sector within a 4 5 member group and try to write something, present something, you will know in and out of that sector. That's what President Sir keeps saying, sectorial focus. Where from does it come? Tell me. Through books, limited knowledge comes. Through lectures, some knowledge comes. Through classes, if you attend, some knowledge comes. Through online sessions, some knowledge. Then rest, the student has to do. I have seen some friends have gone to Harvard, Stanford also, and some are teaching there in England and America, some colleagues in Australia also, B school faculty. They tell me 80% of the onus is on the student. What he or she wants to study and what he wants to get, imbibe, practice, and go into the industry. So how practical you are? There are case studies, there are libraries, thousands of books are there at ASBM, and how many you are studying? Okay, online, how many websites have you visited? Social media is there, that is for pastime. But serious study, that is not there. And what is happening in the industry, each industry, how many industries have we studied? How many services, how many products have we studied? And what skills are we improving? And placement comes. Suddenly you face the interviewer and you don't know how to answer. We have done mock interviews also as part of finishing school module. We have done group discussions also. But what is the result? When you go into that interview room, classroom to boardroom, that's what we emphasize, right? That is the transformation, classroom to boardroom. We are trying to give you that. But if you don't take, not only you, I mean, generally the youth, if you don't utilize that opportunity, then who is responsible for it? They'll support you for placement, they'll send you into that room. But what you perform, how you perform, that is your responsibility. That's where utilizing opportunity comes into picture. So
Can I say
hard
something
work.
at this stage?
Yes, ma'am, please.
May I say something at this stage? I
Yes,
think
ma'am, please.
you've given a very comprehensive success mantra, and to summarize it, there's no, I would say, substitute for a positive attitude, because it
Yes.
is that positive attitude, that belief in yourself, the belief in your goals, the belief in your ability to accomplish, that makes all the difference from a
Yes.
negative mindset to a can do positive mindset. So as I said earlier, if you can dream it, you can do it. But between dreaming and doing, wake up. And this is a
Yes.
wake up call. A wake up
Yes.
call which will require you to manage your time well, stay away from negative influences, take care of yourself, your health. A lot of people are moving around like there's no tomorrow. So you
Yes.
have to follow the COVID protocol, have a nutritious diet, look after yourself. And if you're worried or bothered, share it. Take some guidance, take some advice. Don't just keep it all to yourself, because all of us need to reach out at some time. So please reach out. That's part of your success mantra. Reach
Yes,
out.
ma'am.
Then you have to have strategic study skills, a strategic study approach, and that would include memory techniques, writing, doing the practical work. So you have to actually have a great action plan in place and follow that action plan. And you can follow that action plan if you are positive, if you're totally committed and dedicated, you seek the help you need, it'll happen. So I would say go confidently in the direction of your dream and live the life you imagined. Keep a journal. See,
Yes.
pathing, the word used, shows a process, it's a journey. So if you
Mm.
keep a journal and you are able to track your path, track your growth, that's very, very important. Keeping track of where you are, how far you have come, where you want to go. So I'll again go to say, ask yourself, who am I? Where am I? Where do I want to be? How do I get there? What do I need to get there? And for this, meditation, yoga, pranayam helps to align body, mind, and spirit. Please do it. It's absolutely invaluable.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Ma'am. Yes, good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm delighted to ASBM University because, ma'am, it offers various skill development programs, ma'am. Like in MBA first year, there are very less colleges in the country which provide subjects like finishing school. Very
Yes,
less B schools which provide finishing schools like subject. So this subject help us to develop our skills, and it enhances our knowledge. So I'm very much delightful
I'm
to
so
this
happy
university.
to
Yes,
hear,
ma'am.
Ankit, of your delight because I don't often come across students who express delight. They normally
Yes.
express dismay. And I would
Yes, ma'am.
say that this particular university has great leadership. Dr.
Yes.
Professor Patnayak's vision is driving this with a fantastic faculty who have a shared vision for the
Yes.
kind of education that is needed today. An education that provides you with the right knowledge, the skills, the global exposure, opportunities to understand what innovation is, what leadership is, give you a practical, pragmatic approach to it. Most importantly, the ethos of this university is rooted in the right ideas. And the idea is to ensure that each one of you get the best. So I congratulate the founders and all the people who are presently engaged in making this university what it is.
Anybody has
Any
any
other
other?
questions? Yeah.
Actually, I have another webinar coming up. So with your permission, I will now request to excuse myself. It's been absolutely wonderful being with all of you. And I'm sure all the participants would have really benefited from the interaction, from listening to Dr. Chakravarti. And those
Thank you,
of
ma'am.
you part of the university, I know for you also, just being there must have made you so proud of your university because you would have heard that whatever we said is in alignment with what the university is doing for you.
One one moment, Dr. Das, before you
Yeah.
leave. This is Kalyan Rai, Vice Chancellor of the university. It was absolute pleasure listening to you. I was
Thank you.
really spellbound. I paid full attention to you, and I was spellbound with what you said. And
Thank you.
on behalf of the university, I convey our sincere thanks to you for the time
Thank
you have devoted to the young students.
Thank
And
you.
I hope you won't mind if we trouble you in future also. Thank
I
you. Thank you very
love
much.
to be engaged and I'm very, very impressed with what you're doing for this. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am,
Thank you.
and all the
Namaskar.
best.
Thank you,
Namaskar.
ma'am.
All of you stay
Namaskar,
well and
ma'am.
stay safe. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Dr.
ma'am. Nice
Chakravarti,
meet.
for your very
Thank you, ma'am.
beautiful position. And Dr.
Thank you,
Das
ma'am.
for bringing me here. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you,
Namaskar.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
your time.
Thank you.
And TKC, thank you very
Yes, sir.
much.
Welcome, sir.
You are a part of this outfit. You are an old friend, but
Yes.
I would not like to thank you formally. But then, yes, you have done wonders today. So
Thank you, sir.
we stand grateful to you.
Thank you so much, sir. My pleasure.
And it's always a pleasure to listen to you. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Welcome, sir. My pleasure. Yeah. Any other question, Bhakta sir? If
Yeah,
there is
any
any.
other question or we wind up? Any other
Okay.
question, audience? Anybody would like to ask anything?